The purpose of this video is to demonstrate the ifetchPRO application running on a 5th generation iPod Touch and a LineaPro 5 scanner by Infinite Peripherals. We're going to be using the scanner in ways that a retail store would use it for pricing or for placing orders, adjusting inventory, and editing product. The first step is to input your OrderDog user credentials, configure the application, and save those settings. So let's do that. Our username is testflight. Spell that right. Password is Apple. And the partner ID is 13570. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the duplicate alert. That alerts me when I've scanned an item twice on the same purchase order. I'm going to set the max quantity to 6 for demonstration purposes. When I try to order over that max quantity, it should automatically adjust it back and give me a warning. And the default order quantity, I'll adjust it to 2 for the purpose of this demo. Typically it's 1 or 0, or your most frequently ordered quantity. And let's save changes. This saves the scanner configuration settings and validates the user. It goes out and contacts a web service to validate the user. Now that our settings are saved, we want to download our retail store's inventory and vendors onto the scanner. So yes, I would like to download updated data now. Right now the scanner is contacting OrderDog to get all of the retail store's inventory items, vendor information, and preferences, as well as any receiving documents, onto the scanner. It shouldn't be much longer. Okay, now our download is complete and we have the most current information from the store. Now we can create purchase orders. Let's create our first purchase order. Create a new order. Let's give it a name, aisle 9. This is used to name a purchase order based on a location in the store that we're scanning. Okay, so let's go ahead and start scanning some products. As you see, when I scan this product, it's sold by a vendor, Nutraceutical. It's got its item number. It's calcitrate. We have our wholesale and our price that we're going to sell it for at the store. Any par min max, it's sold in a case quantity, and the default order quantity is 2. So let's go ahead and click into that, and we'll try to change the default order quantity to 8, or we'll try to change the quantity to 8. The quantity entered is greater than the max allowed 6, so it's automatically adjusted it back to 6. Additionally, I can change the quantity with the stepper control. So let's go ahead and scan another item. So now this one is a dolomite powder. Let's go ahead and adjust the quantity, and on this one I'd like to go ahead and create a shelf tag with it as well. I don't have to click next UPC, I can just go ahead and scan another item. Now I've scanned this item. This is Solar Ray HCl. Now you notice on this one, it actually has an order history. We ordered 42, 1, and 4 are a past order. So let's go ahead and order the maximum amount here. This is our list view. As you see, we have 3 items that we've ordered so far. We have all of our items listed here. I can go into that and I can edit the quantity. I can bring that down to 2, and it adjusts the quantity for me. You can also scan items from this screen as well. And it appends the new product to the bottom of the list and updates the item count. Let's go ahead and finish. Oh wait. Let's go ahead and scan a UPC that doesn't exist in inventory and see what happens here. So I'm going to scan this Dr. Pepper. This is not a natural foods item, and it doesn't exist in the system at all, so there's no information for it right now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and choose a vendor that I would like to order this product from. And these are the two vendors that we typically order from. They're the OrderDog Demo vendor or Nutraceutical. I'm assuming Nutraceutical won't sell the item, so let's go ahead and order from the OrderDog Demo vendor. We'll accept that, and we can order it from the OrderDog Demo vendor. Okay, now we're finished with that order. Let's go ahead and, well, here's the line count, so that we have 5 total items that we're ordering, and then the count, the quantity of all the items here is your total items. Let's go back to the main menu, and we'll work on inventory now. So let's go ahead and start a new inventory count. Now we would use this for cycle counting. So in our example here, we have a shelf of vitamins. So let's say that this is the vitamin cycle count. And then we can start scanning our vitamins. So we have 1, 1, say we have 2 of these. Now you heard the double beep because we scanned the item twice, and it's got minimal information, but it does allow you to continue doing your cycle count and scan through your items pretty rapidly. Again, this also has a list view that shows all the items that you're scanning, and you can continue to scan over 10 items here, and we can adjust quantity just like we did on the purchase order screen. Let's go ahead and finish with the inventory account, with the inventory order. Got 10 total items, 17 count. So let's go ahead and go into inventory again, and now we can do what's called an inventory adjustment. You would use this inventory adjustment for reasons such as lost or damaged items, or if you're transferring your products to another store. So let's go ahead and scan a product here. So we're scanning our calcium citrate again. Let's give it an adjustment group ID. Now this is just a naming for it, so let's go ahead and just call it March for the month. Let's give it a reason. We'll just say that for this one, I'm going to do a sample demo. Done. If we did have quantity on hand for this product, it would show up. Let's go ahead and do our quantity adjustment here. Let's say sample demo, we're going to give away 2 of those, and go ahead and save the adjustment. Now let's go ahead and scan another one. And same sort of situation here. We can do an adjustment group ID. Let's give this one the same one. March. You can choose a different reason. Theft. And let's go ahead and do a negative quantity. 2 were stolen. And again, we could create shelf tags from here. And we could pull up item edit and start editing this item. We'll get to item edit later though. And the list view, again, shows the quantity for the adjustment records. Let's move on to shelf tags. Let's go ahead and create a shelf tag order. Now what this does, it allows us to scan multiple items on the shelf and submit those up to the application website, where they can then be printed on a laser printer and then attached to a shelf at a retail store. So let's call these vitamin shelf tags. Vitamin tags. And again, this is much like the interface for inventory items. So we'll scan it. You get your minimum of information there. We can increase quantity. Next UPC, scan the next one. Scan multiple times. We'll get a quantity of 4. We can go to our list view. We have our 2 items. We can adjust that quantity back to 1, and then we can additionally scan more items. There's your third item. There's the fourth item, each with a quantity of 1. Let's go ahead and finish with that shelf tag order. Go back to the main menu. There's your summary. And then what we want to do is we want to send that information up to the portal. So we'll go to Send and Download Data. And you'll see we have our vitamin cycle count for our inventory. We have our aisle 9 purchase order. We have our vitamin tags. And then additionally, when we were creating our aisle 9 order, we'd use the switch to create a shelf tag. And so we have tags based on the aisle 9 order. Let's go ahead and uncheck that one, and we'll send everything else up. It prompts me to make sure that I would like to send the orders. I'm going to say yes. It's going to authenticate and start sending the orders up for me. Okay, it looks like the orders have been sent. And let's go into edit orders from here. So from here, you can see your existing orders, and this is just a shelf tag order. We can also review our sent orders. And so when I go into our sent orders here, I'll see 3 of the orders that we just sent up to OrderDog. Now from here, what I can do is I can choose our previous order and I can copy it back to open. This will actually store 50 orders. And then here it is again. It's now an open order, and I can go in and perform any kind of edits on it that I want. I can swipe and delete items. Now I only have 3 items. I can change quantity, dismiss the keyboard, and I can call it aisle 9 new and change the name of the order. And additionally, we can add more items to scan as well. So looks like I've scanned the same item multiple times, but anyway, this is our order. Go ahead and finish it. And so you can use that functionality in edit orders as a template. You know, if you have the same order over and over, you can just copy it to open and be done. Let's move on to vendors after that. So OrderDog has a concept of managed vendors and unmanaged vendors, and your local store inventory vendors. So these are my vendors. These are who I have a relationship with, and they're both OrderDog managed vendors. Let's go ahead and try to add a vendor. So from here, these are a list of nearly 300 OrderDog managed vendors, and these are vendors, distributors, suppliers in the industry that OrderDog has a relationship with, and we can send orders electronically, and you can receive information about it, as well as we maintain all of their current catalog data, discounts, deals, etc. So let's go ahead and add Nature's Best. And by searching the search field, it narrows the list down. I can choose Nature's Best and add it to the account. So now I have Nature's Best as a managed vendor that I can order from. Now just yesterday we had a guy come in. He was Bert's local honey shop, and he's not a large enough vendor to, have an electronic relationship with OrderDog. So I still want to order local honey because of its health benefits. So what I want to be able to do is use the OrderDog system to send orders and track my quantities and whatnot that I'm getting from him. So let's go ahead and add an unmanaged vendor. And so this is Bert's Honey. Let's go ahead and just copy that and paste it here so I don't have to type it twice. Next, we can enter an address. 123 Road, Street, Carrollton, Texas. Go ahead and scroll down, find Texas in my list here. Zip code. and select a country, United States. So we've added our address. We can put in a phone number if we need one. I don't really need the guy's email. What I really want is his fax, so we can facilitate an e-fax service through the website. So let's enter in the fax number. It's pretty important. And then if I have an account number with him, I can go ahead and enter that in here as well. So I'm 12345. He'll know it's me based on his system. This is a primary key in his system, and when orders are transferred over, he uses that to know who I am and who to charge and bill. So let's go ahead and save that unmanaged vendor. So the unmanaged vendor is saved. Done. Back. Here he is. He's in our new vendors list, and this is my stores vendors that I order product from. So let's go into send orders. So let's go ahead and select these here, and we're not going to select the shelf tags originally. So let's go ahead and send our order, and you see it's uploading new vendors, and then after it uploads the new vendors, it's got to download its database. So it does a full download after that, and that's ensuring that if there are any items that vendor sells, now that it's in there, we'll have seller information. So if we're scanning a product and we'd like to switch vendors, we can do that and get their current pricing information for all the products that those vendors sell in our system. So we've already downloaded our data. We don't need to do that again. Okay, so the next thing is receiving. So let's move into our receiving documents. It looks like we do have some receiving documents in here. This is one purchase order, has 4 items. So let's go ahead and receive this. And so basically what this means is we have a box from OrderDog demo vendor sitting in the back of our store that just showed up. I chose OrderDog vendor, and there would be a list of all outstanding receiving documents or invoices that have come back in. And so I choose that, and it's going to go automatically one by one through there. And so I would pick the item up, I would do a count in the box, and this is what the invoice says. There's 20. I received 20, the price paid and price paid. If it's all the same, I just click next. If it's all the same, I click next. On certain instances, I can have a calculator where I'll calculate the number of cases and bags and a case price, and it'll calculate that for me and put that price in here. Additionally, maybe I received 3 of these instead of 1 because they threw in some sample products, so I can easily change that. Next, this one, I think this is the last item. So we can change the quantities. Again, we could go into item edit and make edits to this item if we needed to. And then, but we're going to hit item edit later, is right after this actually. So we'll hit next. All items have been received. Let's click finish. Shows me my total, the amount, total dollars. There's some shipping charges, so I can add in, say, $15 shipping charges. This helps me calculate the actual cost on hand. If there were a discount, I could put any in there, and then we'll have finished and post. So let's go back into receiving again. There's another feature here where I can see all the vendors that are my vendors, and what I can do here is say a nutraceutical representative came in and placed an order on my behalf. That may not be in the OrderDog system, however, I still need to receive that information into the system to track inventory. So there are no receiving documents for nutraceutical, however, I'll go ahead and receive without an invoice or a PO. And I'll say sales rep, so I'll give it a name so I know what it is. And so here everything is empty. Again, we start scanning product. So we've got our product scan. It's calcitrate from nutraceutical. I received 5. The price paid per item is going to be $5. Next, scan a new product. Any of these would work. This one, let's say I received $6, and then the price paid is $6. There's a list view as well, where I can go in and edit things and finish. On this one, since it was a sales rep, I did receive a discount, so the discount will be $20, which gives me a pretty good discount. And then, let's see, after that, let's go ahead into Item Edit. Let's go ahead and scan a UPC here. Let's scan the Dolomite. And so we have our Dolomite product here, and this feature actually allows you full control over your inventory items. You can change anything you can change on the website, but you can do it on your mobile device and on the scanner. So you can walk through the shelves, scan your items, and verify all of the information is correct, add discounts, or any kind of custom pricing. And so as you see, this one already has some custom pricing. The pricing rule here is wholesale times 2 with no rounding. And this could be changed to SRP or anything like that. And so based on these rules, it will calculate the pricing for you. The bottom part of this screen is swipeable. It's hard to see on the camera, but there are dots here at the bottom to indicate that there are multiple screens. Now this one here also has a discount on it. So its discount is basically you buy 3, you get 30% off during these months. Here, these are our tax rates. This is a local tax and this is like a state tax. And so both of those are already selected on there. They can be edited. You just switch it off. These are our point of sale controls. Our point of sale, you can prompt for no extra discounts. You can have this if it's a bulk item, you can prompt for weight. If you need it to prompt for price, or if you need, your item to be on a quick POS lookup screen, you can do that here. You can include it on tag lists. You can do minimum sales price for the point of sale, and if it's a bottle, you can put in your bottle deposit amount. Here, this is pack pricing, and typically this is used for products like power bars, where they do not use the same, or they don't use different UPCs on different packages. So if this was a 1, it would be sold in like a 6-pack, and so you could call this, let's just call it a box. So you get a box of power bars, and it has the same UPC on it, so a quantity of 12, and then a price of $30. And so that's your pack pricing. And this helps the point of sale distinguish, which thing is being scanned. It'll actually pop up a prompt and let you choose, is this a single that you're selling, or is this a box of products that you're selling? And then here you can set your par min and par max, and these are useful for shelf tags. So I could put a par min of 2, par max of 8. And this is useful for inventory counting and ordering. An employee can go through the store. They know that if it's below 2, then they need to be ordering up to 8. They don't order 9. It's par min and par max. And this is who it's being ordered from, vendors that you can order it from, other item and inventory information, and the status. And that is, it wants me to select a rounding type. How about no rounding? Okay. Changes have been saved. Great. And we're done editing our item. Now all that's left to do is to perform a send receive and sync our changes with the OrderDog web interface. And that concludes our demonstration. Thanks.